Lachlan, what's the first homeowner scheme going to do to the property market?
Market values are going to fly on the back of this. This is the biggest announcement since COVID. Bringing it forward from January 1 to October 1 this year has just brought forward, I guess, the calm before the storm, in my opinion. This is big.
Just for the audience, let's explain what is the first homeowner scheme the government's brought out?
It's a government initiative
Yep.
to help those get into the market sooner. Essentially, all you need is a 5% deposit
Yep.
to get into the market instead of the normal 20%, which is really probably the biggest barrier to entry for pretty much all first home buyers.
Yep. And also the key thing that's kind of come out of this is there's not even a first home buyer. It's someone who just hasn't had a property in the last 10 years.
Exactly. It just
people have been
opens
out of
up
the market.
Yeah. And typically with this scheme in the past, it's been capped. 10,000 places, 15,000 places. There's no cap on this. This is floodgates are opening, and you are going to see a surge in house prices, sub that $1 million mark. In New South Wales, it's 1.5, but for most other markets, it's sub 1 million is going to fly. So if you haven't already, get that 5% together, get in as soon as you possibly can, because in 12 months' time, this scheme will become irrelevant, in my opinion, because the median house prices, not the entry level house prices, are going to surge past this very quickly.
Yeah. So you mentioned there New South Wales all the way up to 1.5 mil now.
Yeah.
Which should tick off some boxes there. Victoria from 800 to 950, which is
so the
an
original
emerging market.
caps. I think it's important. The original current caps.
Yep.
Let's run through it. New South Wales 900, now 1.5. Yep. Victoria for cap cities was 800, now 950. Queensland 700 to $1 million. That's a 30% increase in the caps, and $1 million gets you a lot in Queensland. Perth has gone from what was 600, which was the huge problem with this. It's like, what can you buy under 600? Up to 850. People may argue, what does that even buy you in Perth? It does buy you a lot, particularly in the new build space, and all that unit villa space.
And it is below the medium house price as well. So.
It is. So there's a massive market for this. South Australia, 600 to 900,000. Again, massive increases. Tasmania, 600 to 700. And ACT, 750 to $1 million. So it's significant. But the most important thing with this scheme, it's uncapped now.
Yeah. And the big thing with this scheme, which could have a strong end to the year, is it's from 1st of October. So let's see what happens in September, but you'd like to think from 1st of October, we're going to see some huge price growth across the board in Australia.
In this entry-level space, without a doubt. And as discussed previously, what is it? Anyone that didn't have 5% had to pay lender's mortgage insurance, which has a huge burden in terms of cost. That's waived.
Yep.
So you're going to see a lot of entrants into the market. I think we'll see the real effect in terms of that data coming through in probably December, January next year, because people need to get their ducks in a row. That's going to take, typically 3, 4, 5 weeks. So I encourage those that are going to take advantage of this, do the work now. You've got a month to get your things in order, because I think if you're waiting until end of this year or January, you're just going to leave money on the table.
What's the one bit of advice you'd give to first homeowner or someone who hasn't bought in 10 years looking to take advantage of this scheme? What type of asset would you be selecting?
I still think there's huge space and growth in that villa units market, and that's where this really hits. You're looking anywhere from sort of 600 to 850. I think there's huge opportunity there, as well in some, again, caveats, some new built areas where you can still achieve under that 850. I think there's some value there across the country, but I think we're going to see huge activity in that sort of medium density space.
So we've heard the benefits there. What's some of the challenges that this scheme, increasing these caps, does to the property market?
It's going to make, for those that want to invest or buy, not invest, but actually get in the market in 12 or 18 months' time, it's going to make their job even more difficult. And that's the challenge. It's just going to have a huge inflationary effect on house prices. We're going to see a surge in prices over the next 12 months, which will make this scheme pretty much dormant in 12 or 18 months. And that sounds pretty scary, but that's the reality, where you're going to see values in that sub 800,000 mark, pretty much tick up 50 to 100,000 in a 12-month period. That's my guess, probably sooner. And that sounds like a massive call. But we've seen these initiatives take place in previous cycles when they were giving out up to $50,000 first home buyer grants. We saw what happened back in the 2000s with that. You just see huge inflationary events in terms of house prices. And the problem is It's a great way of the government to gain voters and gain support, but has nothing to do with solving the housing shortage problem. And that's on the supply side. Still doesn't address that. Just puts more demand into the market. We're still not building enough properties. This doesn't help it. So again, it's great for those that want to get into the market now. And I'm excited. And for those that haven't, that seen prices grow significantly, far quicker than their deposit savings. And that's what we're seeing. People trying to save for 20% for a first home buyer typically takes a couple of years, sometimes often more than that. And this gives them that advantage to jump straight in the market. So it's great for them. Really concerned for those looking to do the same thing in 12 to 18 months.